All right, let's get started. Thank you all for joining in. And this is day 5, episode number 5 of free Intune training organized by How to Manage Devices community. And is in yesterday's session, we had gone through a walkthrough, Intune portal walkthrough, and we had shown what are there in devices blade, what are there in apps blade, and all the we had given you an overview of all the blades in Intune. Let me know once you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
Yeah, we can.
cool. So this is endpoint.microsoft.com, right? This is the portal for Intune as you had seen yesterday in yesterday's episode, right? Today I just wanted to highlight one thing on this because today morning when I started, I went to home page, and what I have seen is basically there's an alert, right? There's something like service health unhealthy, right? So I thought like this is one of the example, right? If you are a Intune admin, right, probably you will get some details from here. So you will be wondering what is this unhealthy. If you click on this, probably it will show you what is going on. There's some degradation in Intune service, right? So you can see that what is that problem. There is a known issue with Android users, right? Action not allowed dialog will appear on their Android devices, right? So this is one thing, and one service is restored, right? There was a issue with troubleshooting blade, I feel. Okay, and that was resolved, right? So you will get all the details over here within the console itself, so that's pretty useful in many scenarios, right? So I just wanted to quickly show that as a first tip of the day. Right? From the home page you can see these details, right? Okay, so as promised yesterday, we are going to go through Azure AD join scenario and Azure AD registered scenario today, right? So basically, Azure AD join scenario is kind of a corporate on device scenario, and Azure AD registered scenario is bring your own kind of a scenario, right? So before that, what are we going to do, right? So as I explained in Sunday's session, right? In Sunday's meeting, I had shown you a different mechanism to manage devices in Intune, right? So device management options for you. So we have MDM kind of management and MAM kind of management. MAM is mobile application management. MDM is kind of traditional SCM kind of management, right? So it's not same as it's a similar to that kind of a management, right? So MDM is mobile device management, right? That is MDM, and MAM is mobile application management, right? In this scenario, what we are going to see today is MDM management, mobile device management. We are going to manage a device using Intune, right? That is what we are going to see today. Okay, so if you want to know more about this, probably you can go through this details, right? This URL, right? I can put that in the chat window. That would help you to read more about that, right? Understand more about that basically. Okay, so anyways, so as you can see there is one device now. Okay, so this device is Azure AD join device, right? And if I go to Azure portal over here, right, in all devices you can see this is Azure AD join device, right? This is Azure AD join device, and owner of the device is me, and it's managed by Intune, right? So let's see, right, whether we can add couple more devices in some different scenarios. One will be Azure AD registered device, and the other one will be Azure AD join device. Okay, so for that, let me share a screen where I have connected to. I have connected to my Bastion portal. So how many of you know what is Bastion? I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Probably I'm pronouncing it horribly wrong. Okay, so this is my Windows 10. Let's go to settings, and in settings, if you can go to accounts, okay, in accounts you can see access work or school, right? So there's a connect button over here. So this is where we are doing Azure AD. So this is Azure AD registration process, right? Okay, this is my username. This is the same user, and it will ask me for the password of that user. Okay. So over here, what we are doing is basically we are enrolling this device, right? So it says account is successfully added. Let me close that, and you can see over here, okay, work or school account got added, right? So if I go to info, you would be able to see the details over here. So probably what we can do is basically if I can connect back to my other portal and let me share that. Okay, so this is our portal, right? Let me try to refresh it. Go to Azure Active Directory and let me see devices, right? See, there is one more device. So that is Intune 02. Okay, so Intune 02, as you can see, this is Azure AD registered device, right? Azure AD registered device, and MDM is showing us none. Over here, if you go down bit, alternate actions, right? If you can see alternate actions over here, right? And in alternate actions, you can see an option to join this device to Azure Active Directory, or you have another option also, join this device to a local Active Directory domain, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button, that is Azure AD join button, and I need to provide the username again, right? The same username, okay, and I'm going to enter the password, right? Once you enter the password, it will ask for the confirmation if everything is going right, and if Azure is working fine. Okay, so it says make sure this is your organization. If you continue, the system policies might be turned on or other changes might be made to your PC. Is this the right organization? So I am connecting to an organization called how to manage devices dot on microsoft.com. So this is basically, as I mentioned, similar to domain join scenario, right? So but we are joining this particular device or VM to Azure AD, right? So you remember we have created a policy that all the Azure AD joint devices will automatically get enrolled to MDM. So MDM auto enrollments policy we have already set in our Azure tenant, right? So so in this case, I am expecting if I click join, this device will get joined to Azure AD, as well as this device will get enrolled to Intune, right? So you don't need to go through that Intune enrollment process differently. Okay, click on join. If everything is okay, then you will have a message like this. The device is connected to HTMD. That is how to manage devices organization, right? And you how to switch this device, like switch account, is like you can go to start and switch the account, it says, right? Because now I am logged into which ID? I'm logged into my local ID, right? I'm using my local username, right? So for that, I need to log off and log in with this username. This is my corporate ID assigned to this particular VM. Okay. So what I'm going to do is done. I'm going to close this and I'm going to log off. Okay. And I'm going to connect to this particular VM again, that is 15, and it says it will still connect to local user. Let me change that from local user to my corporate ID. If everything goes well, if demo gods are with me, I would be able to log in with my corporate ID, that is admin at the rate how to manage devices dot on Microsoft.com, and password to this machine, to the VM which we just joined, right? See, so in BYO scenario, in Azure AD registered scenario, right? The previous one, we won't be able to do this because it's not Azure AD joined, it's Azure AD registered, right? Okay, so let me go back to settings and let me go back to accounts and let me show you what is there over here. I don't know, nothing is showing up. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe it's going to take time. Yeah, okay. So connected to how to manage devices Azure AD. Okay, it says that. And if I go to info, you would be able to see the policy is coming down, all the details, right? Now let me show you what is the login username, right? So this is host name. If I type host name, this is Intune 03 mission, right? And if I say who am I, you can see this is joined to Azure AD. Okay, that is why it shows Azure AD as domain, right? In this scenario, it's not actually domain, but yeah, it's similar to domain, right? And my corporate username, right? Okay, so now let's go back and see our results in the Intune portal. And when we did Azure AD join for this Intune 3 device, it automatically enroll that device to Microsoft Intune also. That is why I can see the device in Intune. So once you are able to see the device in Intune, you would be able to manage that device through your MDM channel. That is the MDM device management, right? So we will go through, we will find out more details about this, right? Why this is not happening, why the MDM enrollment didn't happen for Azure AD registered devices on Monday's class. So it's 8:25 now. I'm going to stop for questions now. If you have any questions, please.
Anu Parvind here. So you have created these three machines on the Azure portal itself using your Intune credentials, right?
So that's entirely a different process. So this is like similar to like any physical mission or any lab, Hyper-V lab or ESX lab you have, right? So it's similar to that process. So yes, to answer your question, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anup, I'm Subhash here. If any chance, like we have to re-image the machine and we keep the same name to the machine, so we have to run register the machine again, or the policies would be applied automatically.
We need to register it again, or basically like there are enrollment processes available, right? So mainly in Intune world, right, we do autopilot kind of a scenario now, right? Most of the organization will do autopilot kind of a scenario. In autopilot scenario, it will all these processes, manual processes, right, it will handle by or handle automatically, right?
Okay.
So, but to answer your question, yes, we need to go through the process again.
Anup, I
Thank
just want to add on his question one more thing. So,
Hmm.
okay, we did the reimage for that system, right? So before that, that system was showing in this port means Intune portal, and the same user was using that system. After reimage, also same user is using that system, but again in the Intune portal, the two different name will show, right? Means the device entry will be like with the two name, I guess, right?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm not pretty sure about that. Okay, I didn't try that option yet. I feel, but um, I need to
Sir,
check. I need to check and come back on that.
sir, as per my
So,
experience, it will show two
Amol
entries
here.
here.
Anup, Amol here.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
answer this question.
yeah.
So, right, it will take a new, new host name once you reimage it, or else you did no sysprip as well. It will take a new name and it will show two host names in portal with the same owner name.
No, I am saying that I used the same host name. Whatever was like earlier was there, same host name, same user is only using the same devices. So in that scenario,
Yeah,
what
I
will
do. I don't know
No,
about that.
then in that case it will show only one. It will show only one
No, actually, it will show two devices, two registrations.
with the same host name.
Yes, with same host name, it shows two entries. We
And
need to delete
timestamp
that
would be
manually.
different. Time timestamp would be different, right?
Yeah, it would be different, but it will show two entries in the all devices.
Probably just like SSM devices, inactive and active, something like that.
Probably
Um,
a rogue record in Azure AD. If you throw it away in Intune, it will still stay in Azure AD.
Sir, I have one more question here. So we have seen Azure devices joined to Azure AD and the devices got registered just Azure AD. I think for registration, I think it should be MAM, correct? That's what I'm thinking.
Registration MAM, but so we did Azure AD. Sorry, we did enrollment, right? MDM enrollment. So we didn't do MAM. MAM for MAM we don't need to enroll at all, right? But yeah, from a mobile perspective, I feel I think you are correct, right? From if you kind of install company portal, right, on
Mhm.
mobile devices, it will automatically register that particular record in Azure Active Directory, and it will show up in MDM also, right? That is what I
That's
am expecting in Windows also, but that is not happening. I don't know why. Probably I need to resync it or restart the device. It will come up, and probably we can cover this in on Monday.
Got it, sir. And we did enroll only in the device management, right, sir? That is what we have done, I guess, for AD register.
Say that again. Sorry.
I'm sorry for the background noise. I think uh, we enrolled only in device management under settings in Windows 10. That is how we got it registered, I think.
Yeah, that is MDM enrollment, right?
Okay.
That is MDM enrollment. If it's 15, that is Azure AD join. Um, where is it? 14. Okay. So this is the device which we did a Azure AD registration or MDM enrollment basically, right? So it says VIP and all, so that means VIP means, yeah, it's basically ma'am. Okay, so let me check what is happening here. Basically, from my understanding, right, so if we do a connect plus connect, this is MDM enrollment, right? That is what my understanding is. Probably it got changed recently. Maybe I'm not sure. So that is why I need to check what is happening over here. And probably this is the good scenario for Monday to take up and troubleshoot further what is happening over here. Okay.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, sure. Sure. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so thank you all for joining in, and see you on Monday, same time, same place.